Hi guys! We're here today to talk about water problems and the solutions that we've got to deal with them. And we're mainly talking about what's happening in our drinking water. We'll start off today talking about some microbiology, that's the little bugs that can be in our water supplies. The first one that we're going to talk about is something called E. coli, Escherichia coli. The first thing we want to know is what it is. So it is a bacteria that indicates fecal contamination in our water supplies. So yes, that means we are poo bacteria. As far as what it can actually do to us, some strains of E. coli can and will make you sick, but more importantly, it's an indicator. It indicates poo in the water supply, which means that there are other pathogens or disease-causing organisms which can be present there that can also make you sick. Our drinking water standards here in New Zealand give us guidelines and maximum allowable values that we try and adhere to. Guidelines are for those things that can be in our water that we might not like, but aren't really dangerous. Maximums are those things that can cause harm to our health. So E. coli can cause harm to our health, and its maximum acceptable value is less than 1 colony forming unit or 1 bacteria in a 100 ml sample. And you can see on the slide what E. coli look like. It's not really something that you can enjoy ingesting, is it? The next question is, what can we do about it? Well, there's 3 different methods that we can use to get rid of E. coli, and in many of the other disease-causing organisms that can be there alongside. One of those is UV, or ultraviolet, and you can see the picture there of what that looks like. UV damages the DNA of the organisms so they can't cause infections. We can use a process that we call oxidation. Oxidation is our chemicals, and what these chemicals do is they actually explode the organisms. And there's a few of those available. You might know chlorine from our town and city supplies. You might have heard of ozone. Ozone is quite often used in bottling plants so that the bottles of water that you buy off the shelf are safe. And the other one is hydrogen peroxide. So for people who go and buy tank cleaner for their water tanks, that's usually hydrogen peroxide. And those are quite often, not always, but often administered via these dosing pumps that you can see in the picture there. And finally, another way that we can take out E. coli is with something that's called ultrafiltration. Ultrafiltration is a membrane, and membranes have holes or pores in them which are so small that the bacteria and viruses can't make it through, so they're physically removed from the water.